All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Let's take a look at the charts, figure out what's going on with Bitcoin. Okay, so we're breaking out again, right? So we had this dip for ants. 74 was the top. We are almost there. So it's not quite a breakout just yet, but pretty much what it is. So from the top to the bottom, we had a 22% pullback, which is not that much at all. We were expecting, 30% or so. So a 22% really was a dip for ants, but all the other elements were screaming that this was a buy opportunity right there. So that's what we did. And in my team, I called this, as you can see here, I've been telling them across this accumulation period that this is the last window to buy Bitcoin. And here we go. This was May 20th. So this was yesterday, the day before this big pump begun. Okay. Now, also just taking a look here at the at my Bitcoin AI prediction, we are seeing tops around 238,000. Okay, so again, this is just a projection based on regression channels and whatnot, and based on the exponential profile of the price on previous cycles. And this is looking at 238,000 as the top. Will we get there? Will we not? Who knows? That is a mystery. We will know when we get there. Unfortunately, we can't really know these things ahead of time. And if I push my chart here, you can see I have a lot of important targets marked before 238,000. And that's because all of these are psychologically important levels that we need to pay attention to. So like I was telling you, this was a dip for ants. We didn't really get a buy signal here on the higher time frames. All of the higher time frames still look very solid. There's absolutely no signs of the market topping. Okay, I want to be very clear with that. It really, I cannot see anything here that tells me we are topping or we are gassing out. So yeah, we're just gonna keep running, I think. Just from what I'm seeing here. Also, so on the lower time frames, we had pretty good pretty good buy signals here. Um, we got the bottom there, but really nothing like super important has happened in the past couple of months. Just this little dip for hands that we nailed the bottom, and now we're testing the top. And now what we want to see, as all tops, is, so this is the top. We want to go above the top, break out, come back, retest, and then go up. All right. So this is trading 101. All right. This is just a flip of a resistance turned into support and then a continuation. Okay. That's what we would like to see. Okay. So other than that, there's really no other news. And of course, guys, seriously, what I want you to understand is I'm not really telling you guys what to trade or how to trade or whatever. I'm just sharing my opinion of what's going on in the charts and what I believe will happen in the markets, giving you my over 12 years experience in the business. Now, trading different markets, Forex, indices, everything, right? And now crypto as well. But essentially, what we do is we look at the market leader because the market follows the leader. So we find the leader, which is Bitcoin. We chart the leader. We find the opportunities. And when this thing is ready to pump, we jump on higher leverage, better plays that will get us better results faster. All right. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Okay. This is very important that you guys understand this. All right. I'm not really telling you trade Bitcoin on leverage. That's very dangerous. But there are other altcoins which will run faster than Bitcoin, and they will run simultaneously. So when Bitcoin starts pumping 10%, that other altcoin will pump 50%. That other altcoin will pump 100%. So I want you to be paying attention to those opportunities and just looking at Bitcoin as the sector. Okay. So if you're inside my group, you have access to all of that research and any information you want. I'm a message away, and I'm happy to clarify and explain whatever you guys need. And also, it's in there that I share my best, most alpha information, including all of these better alts to get into, so you increase your exposure. Now, let me just, before we go, one last tip in regards to trading. So why most people lose money in trading is because just over leveraging. Okay, it's the number one reason, over leveraging. Now, if you just buy and hold Bitcoin or any other coin, you can't really lose. Only, if the coin goes to zero, but what are the chances Bitcoin goes to zero, right? But if you hold the coin, no leverage, you will never be shaken out. Doesn't matter what the price do, you only sell if you want to sell. But if you're on margin, you are forced to sell when your stop loss hits or when you run out of margin in your account. So please do not trade on leverage unless you know what you're doing, okay? And you have the education and you full well know all the risks, okay? What I do believe is the best route for everybody is just buy and hold, okay? Because then there's no risk of you actually losing your money, right? Unless you buy some crazy project or something. But for something especially like Bitcoin, right? What are the chances Bitcoin's going to zero, okay? Probably not. Better chances Bitcoin goes to 1 million than to zero. So, stay away from leverage trading, stick to buy and hold strategies, focus on the long term. If you have a time span of days or weeks, you're probably going to get frustrated very quickly, which with whatever you do, not just with trading, but whatever thing you try, you're probably going to get very disappointed. But if your time frame is 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, right? 1 or 2 years at least, that you're willing to try things and push and learn and really do things and be involved for longer periods of time, and you'll have more patience, okay, and as well as work capacity to, if you make a decision and you're willing to work 2 years for that, or if you buy Bitcoin and you're willing to hold for 2 years and without selling, without looking at a price chart every day and trying to make a decision, if you have a bigger mind map, right, a bigger vision for what's happening, then I do believe it is far more likely that you are part of the 1% that wins. Because remember, in the markets, 99% loses and 1% wins. All right, this is a dog eat dog world, right? And the guys that make money, they only make money because that other guy lost money. All right, this is a player versus player game. All right, it's a zero-sum game. You are essentially battling people all over the world, okay, trying to take their money, okay? It is essentially what it is. So you got to be on top of your game, and you better be in a group of, killing machines, bro. Because, if you're trying to do this one-man show, solo game, you're gonna get wrecked, my brother. All right, that's it for today. Click subscribe. Click the link in my bio to check out my group if you're interested in that. I'd be very happy to have you in there.